Nowadays, most people know that birds are descended from dinosaurs, but did all dinosaurs have feathers back then? Which dinosaurs were lucky enough to have them and why would they need them? Hello everyone, you are watching DINOMACHINE and today I'm going to answer those questions. Get ready! Although science is moving forward so quickly, our idea of how dinosaurs look doesn't change. Most people think of the ridiculous Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park when they think of dinosaurs. I mean, that movie was revolutionary for its time, even though its creators were relying on a controversial theory that birds evolved from dinosaurs. The movie was released in 1993, and the first fossil of a feathered dinosaur wasn't discovered until 1996. And our team finally delivered in 2024. You asked us, you blamed us, you discussed us, and we finally delivered. Chapter 1: Dinosaurs Among Us. Before the discovery of 1996, there was no consensus among scientists about whether dinosaurs had feathers or not. One of the first people to suggest that birds were dinosaur relatives was Darwin's friend Thomas Huxley. He came to this conclusion after finding a fossil that was 150 million years old. That fossil was dug out of limestone by workers and it resembled a bird at first. It had feathers, a thymus bone and a mouth with small sharp teeth. This fossil was called Archaeopteryx. Huxley studied the bones and determined that Archaeopteryx looks similar to a Compsognathus, which you can see on my desk. By the way, you can purchase one on our website. Huxley theorized that Archaeopteryx was a transitional link between dinosaurs and birds, but not everyone agreed with this idea. There was not enough data to end the endless debate. Until 1960, there was a common misconception among people because of Gerard Heilmann's book. It was claimed that birds could not have descended from dinosaurs because they lacked collarbones, which were fused into the bird's skeleton thymus bone. This book was very popular and had a large volume. Heilmann was a supporter of the Pseudozoican hypothesis, which stated that birds and dinosaurs shared a common ancestor, the Pseudozoican. At the time, many scientists also denied the possibility of birds descending from dinosaurs. Some believed that birds had evolved from pterosaurs, while others, like Huxley, argued that they were direct descendants of dinosaurs. A new generation of paleontologists led by John Ostrom re-examined the available data on dinosaurs and proposed a new theory. They argued that many dinosaurs lived in groups, cared for the young, and had warm blood. Ostrom also discovered Deinonychus and, like Huxley before him, tried to support the idea that birds evolved from dinosaurs. However, many scientists disagreed, citing a lack of evidence. Then, in 1996, a fossilized feathered dinosaur was discovered, changing everything. Chapter 2: The first discovery of a feathered dinosaur. The first discovery of a dinosaur with feathers occurred in China, in the Liaoning province. This dinosaur, named Dinosauraptorix, is believed to be related to the Compsognathus, a species we already know about. This discovery was significant because it ended a debate that had been going for more than 100 years whether dinosaurs had feathers or not. The fossilized remains of Dinosauraptorix show well-preserved traces of feathers, providing important evidence for the theory that dinosaurs had feathers. Dinosauraptorix was a small theropod with a long tail and short forelimbs. The largest specimen discovered so far was about 1 meter long and weighed about half a kilogram. Its feathers were primitive and more like fluff in some areas. Scientists have found that the back of Dinosauraptorix was dark, while the belly was lighter with stripes or spots on the tail. Dinosauraptorix is not the only dinosaur with feathers that paleontologists have discovered. In fact, more than 20 species have now been identified, with evidence of plumage found on their fossil remains. But why did they need feathers in the first place? Did evolution equip them with these feathers to help them with flight? Chapter 3: How dinosaurs became birds. A brief evolution of feathers. The line between the first birds and dinosaurs is unclear, and Archaeopteryx is a clear example of this. Many traits that are characteristic of modern birds were already present in dinosaurs. The most significant difference between birds and the other animals is their feathers, which allow them to fly. Feathers have been found on various species of theropod dinosaurs, either developed independently or shared with common ancestor. Scientists have discovered that feathers initially did not serve for flight. The oldest feathers were very different from those of modern birds. Let's take a look at their brief evolution. In the beginning, feathers resembled a hollow cylinder. Then they became more like a bun with chaotic protruding bristles. And only later did the familiar flat feather with its branching grooves connected by a central rod emerge. The latter type had aerodynamic properties that allowed birds to fly. The primitive structure of early feathers suggests that dinosaurs may not have originally needed them to fly. Even in modern birds, feathers serve other functions such as display and temperature regulation. The presence of melanosomes, which are responsible for coloration, supports the hypothesis that feathers in dinosaurs served a demonstrative function. The bright feathers of dinosaurs indicate that they were likely used for display behavior, similar to modern peacocks. Our dinosaur was also painted in bright colors, and although there is no reliable data on the actual coloration of Dromaeosaurus, we can assume that they may have used their plumage for courtship displays. However, flight likely developed as a secondary adaptation. The Microraptor was able to glide with its large wings on its fores and hind limbs, supporting the body in the air, but Anchiornis lacked the strength on its pectoral muscles to maintain sustained flight. The ability to fly provided an evolutionary advantage for some dinosaurs, and as a result, a number of them began to actively evolve this trait. To achieve this, they evolved to become smaller, developed large pectoral muscles, and made their bones even lighter. This is how birds evolved. The first feathers emerged in dinosaurs. Many theropods possessed feathers, but they were not initially intended for flight. Instead, they served a thermoprotective purpose and were used for display. Birds inherited these traits and further developed the ability to fly with the help of feathers. The first birds coexisted with dinosaurs for 100 million years. Unlike dinosaurs and pterosaurs, they were able to survive when the meteorite hit the Earth, and they turned out to be better adapted to the changing natural conditions. These constant changes and improvements have helped species to survive and gain a competitive advantage. Our company also works to develop and improve our technologies. And here's proof of that. Our first feathered dinosaur. Let us know in the comments which dinosaur you want us to talk about next.